With that, I recognize Ranking Member Cantwell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for calling this hearing today, and thank you for the witnesses testifying. Children's safety online is not a partisan issue. Every parent, teacher, lawmaker wants the same things. We want kids who are safe, healthy, and able to thrive. The real problem is that social media apps are deliberately engineered to hook kids, to keep them clicking, scrolling, and coming back, and they're doing that exactly by design. The University of Washington released a study last week finding that teenagers spend on average more than an hour per day on smartphones during school hours, and 1 in 4 students spends a quarter of their school day on those personal phones. Most of the time was spent on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and video games. Social media platforms have built their business models around capturing attention, and they have become extraordinarily good at it. These companies collect vast amounts of data on children, use algorithmic targeting to feed them content designed to keep them scrolling, because for these platforms, engagement equals revenue. Dr. Radetsky, am I saying that correctly? Dr. Radetsky, you say, quote, most digital products used by youth were designed by adults for adults, only retrofitted for youth usage, and harms were recognized, and the harms are impossible to ignore, end quote. Research at Rutgers University found 20 studies demonstrated a significant relationship between social media use and body image concerns. An Australian research team recently found that TikTok's algorithm delivers video after video about dieting and exercise to people suffering from eating disorders, and 2/3 of the kids are exposed to hate-based content online. Dr. Radetsky, you found that roughly 40% of teens had concerning trajectories for media addiction, which doubles their risk for suicide behavior. We look forward to hearing more in your testimony. Study after study shows that heavy social media use is associated with higher rates of anxiety, depression, and feelings of isolation among youth and people, and one of the reasons why I sought action by Congress to do something about TikTok. Parents see this clearly. 80% say social media causes more harm than benefit to their children. Congress is obligated to act, but rather focusing on threatening E-rates, connectivity for school, I think we should be passing meaningful protections for kids' online privacy, regardless of whether they're accessing the internet from home or school. This includes Senator Markey's COPPA Bill 2.0, Senator Blackburn's KOSA bill, which updates children's privacy protections and limits exploitive design and data practices. I thank them both for their leadership. Ultimately, protecting children also requires, I believe, comprehensive federal privacy legislation that fully safeguards the children in the system and allows everyone's data to be protected. The American Privacy Rights Act that I released with former Energy and Commerce Chair Kathy McMorris Rogers would establish that standard. But in the absence of federal legislation, states and governments have stepped up. School districts across the country have introduced smartphone policies. In the state of Washington, 75% of school districts have policies limiting access to personal smart devices during the school day, 75%. These state efforts are becoming even more critical, and I know we're going to hear from our witnesses on this, as AI accelerates. It amplifies and makes the existing privacy and social media concerns even more imperative. Last week, we saw X's Grok chatbot generating nearly 10,000 deepfake sexualized images an hour, including non-consensual images of minors. It is unconscionable and unlawful that these images are proliferating. The FTC, I believe, should enforce the law, the Take It Down Act that my colleague and Senator Klobuchar led on, and Grok needs to clean up its act. Dr. Radetsky, you also highlight how children are showing troubling beliefs around AI chatbots, including that kids think these products can think and have feelings and be their friends. That is why I joined Senator Klobuchar in a letter to the Consumer Product Safety Commission regarding the safety of integration of AI into children's toys. We need meaningful safeguards on AI to address the harms they cause. That is why we cannot tell states to stand down from protecting their kids, especially when we need Congress to put standards in place. Over the last decade, Congress has failed to act on social media becoming more pervasive to harm kids. We cannot make the same mistake now that AI is becoming more pervasive. We need to address online and AI harms before it's too late, particularly for kids, and our goal cannot be to keep kids away from technology. Students need digital skills for the 21st century, for the economy, for their communication with parents, for schools to play a critical role in teaching. We need technologies and policies designed with children in mind. And we know we need that these designs can't be about just maximizing profits. I know there's a lot of agreement here among members. I hope we can work together. I hope we can move forward on important legislation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.